Love Letter from Thief X. Main story Takuto. Episode 5. We're still at the LRN. During a mission, we got caught in an explosion. I think to myself, it all feels like it was a dream. The explosion, the counterfeit, me becoming a member of the Black Foxes. Boss says, a lot happened today, but in the end, our mission ended in failure. Let's call it a night. Kyo sighs, this leaves a bad taste in my mouth. Riki says, there's just too much unexplained. I think to myself, I want to go home. Kenshi says, hey, wait, LaFleur? I say, huh? Kenshi continues, Takuto, take LaFleur home. What? Takuto says. Kenshi continues, she's still in shock. She's trembling. Huh? I say, oh, I'm fine. Just spacing out. Hito says, that's a sign you're in shock. Am I in shock? I think to myself. It's just so much happened all at once. My feelings just can't catch up in time. Takuto says, I want to go home and go to sleep. Kenshi says, you're in charge of LaFleur, Takuto. In charge of... Takuto says. I think to myself, whoa, he looks pretty upset. What should I do? Please choose. Option A says I can go home by myself. Option B says please take me home. Option C says let Takuto decide. I'm choosing option A, going home by myself. I say, I'm fine. I can go home by myself. See? Takuto says. Just do it, Takuto, Kenshi demands. Boss says it might be dangerous for Kurora to go home by herself. Takuto says ... Come on, let's go, he continues. Huh? I say, are you really taking me home? Takuto says, I don't have a choice. In the end, Takuto agreed to take me home. And now we're out front of my apartment. Takuto says, is this far enough? Yes, I say, thank you. Takuto says, why do I have to be the one to babysit you? I'm sorry, I say. Takuto says ... Gross. What? I say. He says, will you just act normal? You won't solve anything by thinking about it, so just go to sleep and forget about it. I think to myself, no matter how much I want to forget, I can't. The explosion, the sound of people screaming as they passed by, how did I get involved in this? Later, Takuto says. Okay, I say, good night. Takuto says ... Right before the door closed, I felt something strong grab a hold of me. Takuto says, how the hell am I supposed to go home when you're making a face like that? I'm sorry, I say. Takuto says, like I said, you're not acting like yourself. I say ... Takuto says, if there's something bothering you, tell me. I say, the explosion... Huh? He says. When that explosion happened right in front of us, and then the car we were in exploded. Hey, that even scared us, Takuto says. I say, I keep getting more and more scared as time goes on. Takuto takes my hand and squeezes my index finger. Takuto says, your body is shaking. I say, the blast of the bomb was so hot, I can still remember how it felt. All the tears I had been holding back start to spill over. Why are you crying? Takuto says. I sniffle. He grabs me. Huh? I say. Suddenly, Takuto is holding me in his arms. Girls are just so freaking annoying, he says. Don't say things like that when you're hugging me, I say. But Takuto's chest is so warm, I think. I'm so relieved, but now I can't stop crying. I can't stop crying, I say. I knew crying wouldn't help, so I held back tears this whole time. But stealing bothers me so much. And if it's stealing from the bad guys, it's still a crime. You need to get over it, Takuto says. It's not that simple. But Takuto says, I do understand where you're coming from. Huh? I think to myself, he's stroking my hair. Takuto says, I'm not sure, but I think everything in that politician's wife's collection was bought with dirty money, and it's a fact that a lot of people cried over that. That's, I say. Takuto says, well, who's the bad guy in that situation? I say, but you can't right a wrong with another wrong. Takuto loosens his grip on me and stares into my eyes. That's not what we're doing, he says. The only outcome of their actions is that people get hurt, and what we're doing makes them pay for it, and make the people they hurt smile again. If you think of it like that, you can get over it. Is he trying to comfort me? I think to myself. But that's not the only thing I'm upset about. What else? He asks. I don't know how to say this, but what am I? What? Takuto says. I reply, everyone says I'm a part of the team, but nobody told me anything about this mission. The Black Foxes never told me about the threat they sent. I had to hear about it from Tatsuro. Oh, that's Renko's brother, Tatsuro, a detective. Oh, him, Takuto says. Besides the fact that my fingerprints are necessary, no one's told me anything else. I just feel like I'm being used. While being told to just get over the theft, I think to myself. Takuto says ... Growl. I say ... Takuto says ... Awkward silence. I say, Takuto, I'm trying to be serious here. I can't help it, he says. I'm hungry. Well, now that you mention it, so am I say. I'll make something. Why don't you come in? It's fine, Takuto says. I can make you something simple from yesterday's leftovers. I'm hungry too. It's no big deal, I say. Takuto's still silent. And now we're in my bedroom. I say, I just made something simple. It's fine, he says. I think to myself, Takuto is eating quietly. How does it taste? I ask. More normal than I expected, Takuto replies. I say, were you expecting something else from my cooking? He says, I don't usually eat food that someone else has cooked for me. I think to myself, that means if he doesn't see his parents, what kind of life does he live? Next time, Takuto says, I'll tell you everything about the mission beforehand. What we're stealing, when we send out threats, everything. What? Are you sure? What is it? He says. Nothing, I reply. I'm just surprised. Takuto says, if I don't, you get pissed, and when I say I will, you act all shy. So what the hell do you want me to do? Girls are just so freaking annoying. I say, that's a sure way to make all the women of the world hate you. But I'll feel better knowing that you'll tell me from now on. Takuto says, while I'm at it, I might as well tell you. What is it? I ask. I told you I changed your cell phone program, right? He says. I say, oh, yeah, although I haven't noticed anything different. Takuto says, it was a wiretapping and tracking program. What? I say. He says, just in case you ran away, we're not doing anything weird with it. I say, but that's an invasion of privacy. He says, it's not like we were spying on you constantly. We just don't have that much time on our hands. Oh, we don't have that much time on our hands. Sorry. Okay, I say. I think to myself, he doesn't seem interested in my private life anyway. Takuto says, anyway, I know you won't run away now. I think to myself, does that mean he trusts me? Takuto says, so, about before. Yes, I say. It's true that we need your fingerprints, he continues, but I don't think we're using you or anything. Okay, I say. I can tell now. Thanks. Takuto says, then don't ever cry in front of me again. It's irritating. There you go being mean again, I say. Finally feeling like yourself? He asks with a smile. Exclamation point from me. I think to myself, whoa, I've never seen him smile like that. I say, if I cry, you'll probably tell me you'll cut my fingers off again. That's true, he says. That's weird, I think to myself. My heart is pounding. I was crying before, so I really didn't think about it, but Takuto hugged me. I feel like I've seen a completely different side of him. Thanks for the food, he says. Huh? You're done already? Takuto says, it was just okay. I say, so you didn't want to eat it slowly to savor the taste? I think to myself, but despite all his complaining, he did finish all of it. Takuto says, I always eat fast because I usually don't have much time to eat. You're busy, aren't you, Takuto? I ask. Programming by day, Black Fox by night. You're always on the computer. Takuto says, well, I like it, so it's no big deal. I say, but are you eating properly? You'll get sick if you don't. Who cares? Takuto asks. Who cares? I mimic. Takuto says, I hate it when people are nosy. Someone who wiretapped my phone to spy on me, I think to myself, says they hate people who are nosy? I say aloud, you're pretty selfish, Takuto. I continue thinking, he was consoling me before, and sometimes he's nice to me, but then all of a sudden he'll push me away. I don't want him to put up a wall between us. Takuto says, what's with that face? Nothing, I reply. He says, why do you look so annoyed? I'm not, I say. What? He asks. You want to act like we're going out even when we're alone? I didn't say that, I start. Suddenly, he grabs my arm. What is it? I ask. I think to myself, Takuto's face is pretty close. Huh? He presses his lips against mine. I say. Takuto's thin arms are surprisingly strong, and I can't break free of them. He takes his lips off mine before I have the chance to figure out what happened. Satisfied now? Takuto asks. I think to myself, what? This guy... Leave, I demand. You don't have to tell me twice, Takuto says. I think to myself, what? What is up with him? Now we're at some kind of restaurant or something. I'm not exactly sure. I sigh. Renko says, Kurora, why are you sighing now? I say, I don't know. Mitsuru says, that's all you did at work all day, too. I think to myself, I can't stop thinking about how Takuto kissed me yesterday, and I just keep sighing. Renko asks, why is Mitsuru here? I don't really know him that well. I say, we were supposed to have lunch together before, but Takuto interrupted us. Renko says, there's no room for Mitsuru once Takuto's in the picture, huh? I think to myself, it's not a competition. Renko says, have you heard anything about the exhibition hall that got blown up? Maybe you heard something about it at work. What? I reply. Mitsuru says, I heard it was really terrible. It's a miracle no one died. Renko says, I heard the explosion was in the middle of the night, and the Black Foxes sent a threat 3 days earlier. They might be behind the bomb. No, I say. Kurora? Mitsuru asks. I say. Please choose. Option A is nothing. Option B says, I don't think the Black Foxes are involved. Option C says, change the subject. I'm going to change the subject. I say, this pasta is delicious. Think they'd tell me the recipe? Renko says, why? Do you want to make it for somebody? I think to myself, Renko wants to know more about Takuto. Mitsuru says, anyway, about the Black Foxes, they say they only steal from bad guys. Mitsuru, I think to myself, I finally changed the subject. Renko says, if it's true, I kind of want to root for them, you know? Why are you loading? Can you load faster? I was reading that. Thank you. Renko says, I wonder when the next threat will come. I just want something to connect the Black Foxes. I think to myself, there's a member of the Black Foxes sitting right next to you. But, of course, I can't say that. Renko says, so, Kurora, what happened with Takuto? Ah, I say. Oh, Mitsuru says, Kurora, are you okay? Spitting out your drink like that? I'm fine, I say. Renko says, it's rare for you to choke, Kurora. I think to myself, I probably caught it from Takuto. Takuto, what was the deal with that kiss? I was so mad when it happened, I kicked him out. Ranko says, Karora, now your face is all red. What's wrong? Mitsuru says, is it because you choked? Yeah, I respond. But I think to myself, every time I think of that kiss, instead of getting angry, I feel really strange, like something's squeezing my chest. Does that mean I liked the kiss? How am I supposed to face Takuto now? To be continued. That is the end of episode 5. See you in episode 6.